In this video, I'll show you the strategy I used to take a team of level 92s all the way to 3400 without a single loss. Let's get into it. You will need the following characters: Great Sage, Toxic Shaman, and Storm Rider. That's basically the entire team, as you will see from this footage. You need to have at least their first level divine skills and their main skills at level 20 or above. I suggest getting Storm Rider to 23 so the rage cost goes down to 1. You want their enchant level fairly high, focusing on attack rate and damage. Good equipment is also a plus. I'm using the equipment I have available, but I suggest using Tyrant's Brand on Toxic Shaman and Storm Rider if possible. Now let's talk about hero aid skills and why I opted to keep my heroes at such a low level. It's a combination of these hero aid skills and my heroes' low HP working together so well that makes this team unbeatable. To help stop your heroes from dying, you want to use Ravager as your main hero aid. I currently only have their aid skill at level 4, and it grants invincibility for 3.5 seconds whenever deployed hero takes damage greater than 45% of his or her current HP from a single hit. Also heals deployed hero for 70% of the damage taken, and forces all enemy heroes attacking them to redirect their attacks to another target. This is extremely helpful. I then have Pangoli aids so that when their HP falls to 0 for the first time in battle, it grants immortality and increases attack rate by 15% for 5 seconds. That's at level 3. It gets a lot stronger at higher levels, but works fine for what we're trying to do here. If you can get your health above 0 before it wears off, you can stay alive. And you may have bought yourself enough time for the Ravager aid to kick in again. I just recently landed this Berserker aid for Great Sage, who is acting as my tank and rage generator. The Berserker aid skill is as follows. For 1 second, damage dealt to the deployed hero can't exceed 30% of its max HP. Which means if the entire team is attacking Great Sage at the same time, his HP will still only tick down at 30% max HP per second, and with his low health, that doesn't amount to very much. Then, at some point, the Ravager aid will kick in, and then finally, when his HP reaches 0, the Pangoli aid will kick in, and it will do this for each hero that lands in this spot. I have Imp Mistress on Toxic Shaman to get past enemy damage reduction, and a Blockhead to speed up his attacks. Last but not least, I have a Sapphirex on Storm Rider to deal extra damage and add to HP. The way you're going to attack is also very important. As soon as the match begins, I use Storm Rider's Divine, which summons a random epic hero who shares Storm Rider's active and divine skill levels. While the summoned hero is alive, it increases its own and Storm Rider's damage by 20%, damage reduction by 20%, and attack rate by 10%. That way you have an extra hero on the field, giving you the advantage from the start. Then I hit Toxic Shaman's Divine so that when the opponents die, they become puppets for my team. Then I quickly hit Great Sage's Divine to give me enough rage to use Storm Rider's skill. His skill engulfs 4 enemy heroes in cyclones, each dealing 80% attack damage per second in an area, and decreases their attack by 30%, hit rate by 46%, and damage by 36% for 10 seconds. By this time, the enemies should be close enough to my team so that Toxic Shaman's Cloud will be around them when they stop moving. So for the attack, I cast Toxic Skill, then I hit Insta Blast, and right away I cast Toxic Skill again. That puts 2 overlapping clouds around the enemies, each dealing 60% attack damage per second to all enemies within the cloud's radius, reducing attack rate by 50% and HP recovery by 80%. Also heals allies for 120% attack HP per second, increasing their crit rate by 20%. All of those effects are doubled if you can get both clouds in the same spot. The combination of all these effects are going to kill your enemies. At this point, they will turn into puppets and help you kill the rest of your opponents. Cast Great Sage's skill to add insult to injury by locking the skills of the few heroes they have left. Using this strategy should help you in the Colosseum game mode. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and if you have any ideas for future Clash of Lords 2 videos, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks.